Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer News, the segment on this channel where we go over this week's happenings in the world of monster taming. So, this week, though on the quieter side, we do have a few big pieces of news, including the Anitons Kickstarter campaign, some brand new information regarding the Kindred Fates Alpha, a major 9th Dawn 3 update, and you'll want to stay tuned till the end of the video if you're part of Barry Bannett's Kindred Fates Alpha key giveaway as well. Anyways, with all that out of the way, make sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so we're going to kick things off this week with some Anitons news, and that being the Kickstarter as previously mentioned. It is currently live as of November 5th. Now, at the time of recording this video, the Kickstarter is currently sitting at about $31,000 USD out of its $75,000 goal. One thing I'd like to say that there are stretch goals for both PlayStation and Xbox, as well as Nintendo Switch. However, given some of the information brought forth during the Q&A, we do know that the team does want to try to get every stretch goal implemented, regardless of whether or not they actually manage to get the funding during the Kickstarter. However, reaching the appropriate goal will ensure that 1, it happens, and 2, that it happens on time. I've specifically asked about the other platforms, be it PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, if the stretch goals don't reach their funding, and they specifically said yes. Other than that, I highly recommend checking out the Kickstarter campaign, and if you can, make sure to back the project, as it's honestly going to be a great game from what I've seen. They also have plushies, so you got to get your hands on those, but I'll leave the Kickstarter linked in the description. Other than that, the devs did host a Q&A like I mentioned, and I did cover in length in a previous video, which I'll link here just to avoid redundancy. They've also revealed the typings of some of the Anitons via their Discord, with Jet Air being unsurprisingly a mono wind, the Falchick line starting out as electric, then moving on to electric wind, the Chikun line are mono fire, and finally the Morrow line are mono ice. I will be interviewing Bolo, the lead developer, on this week's Monster Taming and Chill podcast, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. Monster Crown just updated to version 0.1.487, which primarily fixed some bugs and made some tweaks here and there, but it did make a couple big changes, which I think you guys will enjoy. Now, firstly, the scouting mechanic has been tweaked to allow you to remain running after using it, which I do believe is a big change, and if I'm not mistaken, was the original way it worked, but it's nice nonetheless. And secondly, the farm boxes have been adjusted so that it'll specifically remember your slots and not just the boxes, essentially making organizing your monsters easier. We were also told to expect some information regarding Content Pack 4 very soon, and Jason says he can't wait to see what we think and which side we'll choose, which is a very interesting quote. Let me know what you guys think of that. Jason did appear on Wednesday's edition of Monster Taming and Chill, so definitely feel free to check that out if you want to learn more about the game and one particularly interesting evolution method involving multiple realities. The Kindred Fates newsletter released this week and gave us more information about the development of the upcoming alpha, and that they're essentially just working on the kinks at this point. We also got information about the game's battle timer, which is in place to prevent endless stall matches, and we were given insight on a brand new Gaia type move. I think it's pretty safe to say that the next newsletter will provide us with that juicy alpha release date, given that it'll be the last newsletter of November and the alpha is slated for end of November. 9th Dawn 3 just released an update that includes a brand new hard mode, which increases enemy HP across the board, lowers your stats, increases buy prices, and even nerfs your monsters. Valorware also confirms a permadeath mode, which if you've seen my first couple episodes of 9th Dawn 3, you know that's probably not the mode for me, considering I suck, but they also hinted at a brand new secret gameplay mode coming in December. It sounds quite interesting. We'll definitely have to stay tuned for that. Also, on my end, expect some new 9th Dawn 3 Let's Plays in the near future. Siralim Ultimate updated to version 0.5 and then again to 0.5.3, which includes the Nether bosses that we spoke about in previous episodes, the Necromancer, which is a shop NPC that gets better goods for each Nether boss you defeat, unique skins that can drop from each enemy, 105 new traits, interestingly a skip turn option during battle, 360 new achievements, a prophecy for killing nether bosses, 10 new stat slot properties, and more. When Zach updates his games, he updates hard, so definitely check out the patch notes for more information. Carl over at Orange Pylon recently revealed yet another new abomi, this time being a thick dragon pinata boy named Droigabon. This is the evolution to Zabrata. The interesting thing about this particular evolutionary line line is that they can have multiple unique color palettes, sort of in the same vein as Temtem's Koish, or as more people would know, Pokemon's Spinda. I'm always loving dragons, so this abomi of course is a welcome addition. The Mythrin newsletter for November was released and brought forth an evolution to Gracoon known as Arcane Gracoon. Now, the way evolution works in Mythrin is that the Mythrin have a three-way branched line, with 2 being typical elements and 1 being something called an awakened evolution with some other strings attached. Now, the evolution you see here, of course, is the arcane type evolution, aka an elemental evolution. Also, given the fact that the Mythrin sort of share the same name upon evolving, as well as the same base design, I think their form of evolution is sort of like an ascension of sorts, if that makes any sense. Also, Zane and John showed up on yesterday's Monster Taming and Chill episode, so definitely check that out if you're interested in the project. Now, Leo over on the Necromancer's Gift Discord recently came out with his weekly update for the game, which includes an update to the title screen, as you can see here, and a brand new animation for the game's capture mechanic. Quite nice, if I do say so myself. The alpha has been delayed until further notice, as Leo states he needs more time to work on it and create a more polished experience, so take your time, dude. Alright, so the rest of this week's updates can be explained in a quick, rapid-fire fashion, so let's go with that. Adore just updated to version 0.51, which fixed some bugs, including a previous soft lock and some minor positioning stuff. Kyle, the developer of Mess in the Bottle, showcased a new Stump Messin, which has 162 different color variants. Claudia, the developer of Ova Magica, just showcased a brand new USA blob. The Mython Island developer posted this image, hinting that Mython aren't the only things you'll find on Mython Island, and to watch out for these hooded figures. We got a new Drugimon line, this time being a mushroom deer. The first stage is called Emerane, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, whilst the second is Raindura. These guys are a fungus and dream dual-typed line. We got a new relegend Magnus, this time being the Flavgon line, which focuses on defense and is a battle mage type. And last but not least, we got 2 new Buddymon screenshots, the first being the city of Opolis, which this is in fact a test shot, so we don't really see too many buildings or anything like that just yet, and another screenshot of a quest dialogue exchange. We also got a little music teaser, so let's listen to that real quick. Sounds pretty chill. Okay, so the end of the video, aka the time some of you have been waiting for, and we're gonna spin the wheel of sexiness to determine the winner of the Kindred Fates Alpha Pack, courtesy of Buried Bandit. And there you have it. Congrats to Kyle, and make sure to contact Barry on our Discord to retrieve your prize. So yeah guys, a pretty slow week overall, but we do have a ton of stuff to look forward to, including Siralim's Beta coming out next week, Necromancer's Gifts Alpha, the Kindred Fates Alpha, the Anitons Kickstarter, and more. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things monster taming, and consider joining my Patreon as well. Until next time, peace.